Hello, beautiful spirits. This is astrologist ASHAVON or ASHAVON. So, this topic is a little chit chat that I thought was important. I have been meditating on this topic for a while. As you all know from my previous videos, I am, excuse me, an empath. I have visions. I pick up on energy very, very strongly. And I have been going through my spiritual, like really strong spiritual journey that I've been through for since the middle of July. When I got fired from my last job and I didn't know why, and I was becoming so frustrated with life, and I was like, okay, so, what am I doing wrong? And basically it just came and said, basically, you're not doing what I put you on this earth to do. So when I realized that's what it was, I said, okay, well, I won't work for somebody else. I, will start my own business. Now, on that path, starting my own business. When you say, okay, this is not what I put you on earth to do, I say, hey, I'm going to do this. And you say, ha, that's what you thought you was going to do. But in actuality, that's not what you're going to do either. So I said I was going to start my own business. I was going to be a freight broker, and, help truckers not get scammed by, businesses and things of that nature. Most truckers do not, or transporters, whichever one you would like to be called, do not, like to find the load and negotiate prices and all that other stuff. They rather have somebody else do that for them. So 9 times out of 10, sometimes it's their wife who actually becomes dispatchers for them, or sometimes they'll hire a freight broker. That's where I come in at. So on that path of doing that as well, that didn't go as planned as either. I was getting loads that nobody else wanted or whatever, because I had to work under a freight broker because I didn't have all my certifications and all my licenses that I needed to be an actual freight broker. So I had to be like a freight agent, which is running under somebody else's LLC or incorporation, whichever one. So when I was up here doing that as well, my visions, and still being on my spiritual journey, my visions became stronger. My dreams became more influent. I would sit there and I would be meditating and getting downloads through the rear. So one of the things that came to me doing this Mercury retrograde was healing. And so I've been healing, from past things for a while, but it really hit me doing this Mercury retrograde. So during the Mercury retrograde, I reached out to people that I felt like that I had hurt and had no business hurting, because it's not the way to do anything. And everything you do, and this, I say this all the time, you do it with love, and you do it out of love. That's even when you're speaking to someone who might be up and saying things to you that are not nice or not kind. They say you can't, two negative doesn't make a positive, which is true. So I always try to keep positive energy and positive vibe coming my way. So I would like to share with y'all the steps that I use to heal, and why healing is so vitally important before you get into any type of relationship, before you try to be in business for yourself, before you try to do business with somebody else. Now, contrary to what people believe, all that is connected, because in everything is love, right? So the love of money, which is not bad at all. I will never tell anybody that loving money is not bad, because you can do loving things with money. When you have money, you can bless other people. And I'm a strong believer in giving to those, and also receiving in the sense of law of reciprocation, because I found out that I was running myself then just giving. And when somebody tried to give something to me, I wouldn't receive it, whether it would be their love, their advice, even consoling me. I wouldn't I wouldn't take that very well. I would look at it as me up here being weak or vulnerable, and you know, I didn't want anybody to see me like that. I was very proud, very proudful person. And anybody that knows, pride is not good energy. It's not a positive energy to have. When you're too prideful, it can also hinder you. So that's number one. Take pride out of it. Understand that you have to go within to make sure that you are doing what you need to do. You might need to take a step back and reevaluate yourself on how you handle certain situations and what ways could you have done them better. Now, the first thing that everybody's going to say is, it wasn't me, it was the other person, they was doing da-da-da-da. But guess what? What you put out as far as energy is what you're going to receive. So in order for you to receive that type of response, that type of action, or whatever the case may be, then guess what? It's going to come back to you. So that's what you was giving off. That's why you received that. So also go within and make sure that you're properly healing yourself. Now, this may take time. You might cannot talk to people for a bit of time, but you're healing yourself. When you heal yourself, then you'll understand that, okay, this is what I could have did differently. This is what I should have done differently, and I know better going forward. Second is apologizing, asking for forgiveness. When you know that you have wronged somebody, or you could have responded to something differently, or you could have done something differently, then it's always good to go and ask the person that you wronged for forgiveness. I mean, that's even for the people who, you know, still read the Bible like I do, that's even in the Bible. Now, that's another thing. When people are spiritual, because this runs me wild. Just because a person is spiritual does not mean that they do not believe in God. That's all I'm going to say about that, because I'm going to do a whole different video regarding that. But anyway, back to healing. Back to healing is forgiving yourself, being, you know, gentle with yourself, and understanding that you can't right the wrong of everybody, but the ones that you can, make sure that you right the wrong on it. Ask for forgiveness. Now, that person has the choice of not forgiving you or forgiving you, but you have the choice of forgiving yourself and moving on and not keeping that energy bottled up and within you. Because like I stated, when you keep that energy in you, that's what you're projecting out. That's what you're going to receive. Meditate, praying, whichever one you choose to do. If you do both like I do that until your heart is content, because that actually gives you time to, you know, think and clear your mind and let it go, and just let things come naturally to you and not be forcefully forcing things. When you force things, they do not come. You're actually blocking yourself or blocking your chakras and not able to open it up and to receive. So, you know, reaching out to the person asking for forgiveness. If you're not that type of person, or you haven't reached that part yet, but you still want to help on your healing process, then I suggest that you go to scripting. Write things out that you would like to say to the person that you want to apologize, or the people that you would like to apologize to, whether it's an ex-lover, a business partner, your family members, whatever the case may be. Don't hold on to anything. You just let it go. You let go and let God, like they say, or your higher being, or your spirit, or whatever you want to. Also, lean on your spirit guides, lean on your ancestors, lean on everything, because they're there, and your angels, they are there to protect you and to keep you whole and to keep you sane. So lean on them for your understanding, and hopefully that will help you throughout your healing process to know that eventually, after time of repeatedly doing something, because if you repeatedly do it, guess what? It becomes natural to you. So naturally asking for forgiveness, naturally asking to forgive yourself, actually forgiving yourself, and actually writing things down to get past it. And so when you get past it, then you go back and you can revisit, look at it, and see, hey, I've accomplished this goal, and I'm actually working towards healing. So those are some of the steps that I use regarding healing, and I thought I would like to share it with you all. Hopefully it helps you. If it do, give me a thumbs up, like, comment, or subscribe. Or if you're on my Instagram and you're watching this, give me a heart and come over to my YouTube channel, Inspirational Love 20, and subscribe to my channel. Till next time, many blessings.